my loves, I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. I am so long overdue, but we finally made it to YouTube. I'm your host, Zoe Divine, and you are now tuned in to Zoe Divine TV. If you're one of the girls who loves a soft glam with a little bit of glitz, this is the perfect look for you to pop out this Valentine's Day. After going in with my Maybelline 370 Fit Me foundation, we're now spreading the concealer in all of the areas that we need nice and bright. I'm using a flat top brush to ensure that there is no creasing and all of the pigment is evenly dispersed. Next, we're going to begin blending a nice cream blush into the high points of the cheek, going all the way up to the temples of the forehead. Once that pigment is evenly dispersed, we're going to go back in with our damp beauty blender and begin blending, starting with the lightest pigment around the eyes and then going into the blush and just working our way around the face, ensuring that we blend the lighter areas first and then the darker areas. A staple hack for you to try if you frequently experience creasing is to take your powder puff and dab it into those areas where the concealer has been applied before adding your powder to make sure that when you start adding it, you don't have any creasing. You want to start off with a decent amount and make sure that you're packing that pigment directly into the foundation until it's almost fully blended. You want to do this before you start baking so that once you bake, you're not experiencing any patches. So as you can see, that first layer of powder is evenly dispersed under the eye, and now we're going to go in with our second layer of powder. While the under eye bakes, we're going to get into this eyeshadow. The first thing you want to do is grab a nice deep shade and use this as your transition. We're going to drag it all the way from the inner corners of the eye all the way out to the brow bone. And this is going to create a beautiful deep contour to the eye. And no matter your shape, your eyes will pop. Next, we're going to be prepping our eyelids for that beautiful pink glimmer shade. So first I'm going in with a very light pastel pink just to brighten that eyelid. We added some concealer. As you can see, there's a bit of creasing, but by the time we add the glitter, it really won't show. So you want to start off with your lightest pigment first, and that's going to really help to brighten up the base. Once that base is down, you want to keep adding more vibrant shades of pink and use packing and sweeping motions to really get that pigment concentrated on the middle of the eyelid. Once your pigments are packed, we're going to begin adding in our glitter glue, and this time around I'm using regular lash glue on top of the eyes, and you just want to use a small eyeshadow brush with your glitter and start packing. As you can see, certain areas can become more concentrated, so you just want to dust off and blend as needed until you have the perfect glitter lid. After adding in your glitter, you want to go back in with that same brown transition shade and just buff around the glitter so that you have a smooth transition between the transition shade and your lid. Once that's done, we're going to go in with a felt tip black eyeliner and begin lightly tracing the client's eyes. Jay has pretty small eyes, so I'm not going in with a crazy big wing liner. You really want to focus on your client's eye shape when creating your eyeliner because it can truly make or break the entire look. Quick set using my Milani matte setting spray, and now we're going to get into our brows. First, you want to brush them through, and I always like to use a very natural light hand when doing brows. As you can see, when we get a little bit closer, I'm starting with the top of the brow and just tracing the hairs that are naturally there, and then we go underneath the brow and do the same exact thing. And once we make it to the top of the brow, we're using vertical hair strokes to really accentuate the natural hairs that are already in the brow. After grabbing a spoolie and making sure all of that pigment is nice and even, we're going to get our angled brush and create a small highlight and chisel out the underside of the brow with our concealer. My personal technique is to use an eyeshadow brush to blend out the concealer because I find that it's a lot less time consuming than trying to draw your brow beforehand and then use a beauty blender to blend it out. Drop in the comments below if you've ever tried to do your brows this way or if you're still on the beauty blender way. Next, I'm going in with a disposable brush and some NYX brow gel, and we're just going to make sure that those hairs are nice and defined. And now, baby, it is time for the lashes. These are some beautiful minks that I actually found on Amazon. The link will be in my bio. Next, I'm going in with a deep black mascara to make sure that our client's natural lashes are blended in with those minks. It was only right for me to go in with a nice sultry brown lip combo. We're going to be using the brown liner around the lips, and then we're going to add a nice pop of shimmer to the middle of the lip for the perfect lip combo to tie in this beautiful V-Day look. And there she is, y'all. Beautiful, glammed out, and ready for Valentine's Day. Be sure to click that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Mwah.